Hey guys, what is up? This is Cody, or xCodeh. How's it going today? On today's video, I have a life story to tell you guys today that happened back in the high school days. And this type of thing happens quite often, I will say this. I probably have like 5 more stories that are very, very similar to this, but I will tell you this one because it's probably the best one. But on this life story commentary, so like I said, this story takes place in high school, and it was about the middle of the day, around when lunch was usually, and every single day I would leave school at lunch and go smoke a cigarette. But on this specific month, I remember that the school security would always wait. I had like 3 different spots in my high school where I would leave and run across the street, hide behind some bushes and smoke cigarettes. And they would chill there every day at lunch, so to make sure that we weren't going to go over there. Now, I don't know why they increased the security that specific month, but it definitely made us a lot more sneaky about what we were doing because it forced us. Well, it didn't force us, it just a cigarette craving. A person that is addicted to nicotine will do a lot to get that. So we used to know all these different places of where we used to smoke cigarettes on school grounds, and we wouldn't get caught. But they were all like really sketchy because if you get caught doing that, then you can get, I think you can get like a fine or something like that. And who the fuck wants to pay a fine? There was actually this wall that we used to sit at and smoke cigarettes. I used to do it a lot. Like it was almost my everyday go-to thing when the security guards were blocking off the other ways I used to go. So I'm saying goodbye to my friends because I was like, alright, I'm gonna go smoke a cig, and they're like, alright, peace dog. And then I was like, yeah, hit me up after school if you want to go smoke some blunts in the library. Nah, but that would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? So I leave the cafeteria, and I'm on my secret route. The route that I used to always take. That I would never take. The people that asked to come with me, I'd always take the obvious route. So if we got caught, my secret route wasn't exposed or exposed. But I finally get to this wall. And so I'm sitting at the wall. I got the cigarette behind the other side of the wall. And I'm fucking looking all sketchy, looking all around, taking little drags off the cigarette. Probably drawing so much attention to myself because I was a sketchy motherfucker back in high school. And I remember specifically, I was about halfway through my cigarette, and I saw one of the security guards on his golf cart drive by, and I was like, oh shit. And I put it out, and I still had half a cigarette. So I was just chilling there. So I was just sitting there, and I was like, alright, I'm gonna wait for him to drive by, maybe he didn't see me, and then I'll continue smoking it. So he actually drove by. I'm not sure if he actually saw me or not, but he kept driving away. And I sat there for like 5 minutes, and I was like, you know what? He's probably going to loop back and see me again if I light this. Fuck this. So I got up, and I went to the back field of my school. And, you know, that's pretty much like a known spot for people to go and smoke weed and cigarettes, so you don't really want to go there. So I'm sitting there behind this giant crate, smoking the last of my cigarette. I remember I took the last drag, flicked the cigarette into the woods. I know, that's bad. But it actually did rain that day, so I don't think it could have caught on fire. But anyways, I turn around, and what do I see? A security guard walking towards me. And it wasn't the security guard on the golf cart. No, he was over by the fence, still on the golf cart. And this other security guard walks up to me, and he's like, alright, I caught you. And I'm like, caught me doing what, bro? Because I didn't have any cigarettes left. That was my last one. And he was just like, well, you're going to have to come to the office. And I was like, all right, well, I don't have anything, so I don't know why I'm going to the office. And he's like, you know why you're going to the office. Dun, dun, dun. You know, just for the dramatic effect, really. So I'm walking back to the office, and I'm fucking having a good time, man. I really am, honestly. You know, I'm buzzing on the nicotine, flowing through the hallways, you know. Cool vibes. Don't smoke cigarettes, and don't do anything with nicotine in it. It's fucking horrible addiction. And then I get to the vice principal's office, and I'm sitting there. I have to wait like 45 minutes. My lunch passes. I didn't have any more free time, and it actually was cutting into my next class, which I didn't really mind. So I wasn't really upset with that. But when the vice principal finally came in, I was a little spooked. Why was I spooked? Because I did say that I didn't have anything on me, right? I had my jacket on me, and this jacket, I used to always have just the most random shit in it. Sometimes I'd have, you know, a rolling paper. Sometimes I'd have a roach or just something that would get me in trouble in it. And I didn't know when I was sitting in there, and the vice principal came in, and I realized it. I was like, I don't know if I have anything on me right now. This is spooky. Fucking shivering in my boots. So he comes in, and he's like, alright, well, we caught you on the camera going over there. What were you doing? And I was like, oh, nothing. Just taking a walk. And they're like, oh, really, just taking a walk? And I'm like, yeah, just taking a walk. And they're like, so, where's the weed? And I'm like, I don't have any weed. And they're like, well, where's the weed? And I'm like, I don't have any. Sacred skunk. And they're like, well, you at least have to have cigarettes, right? Because they've caught me smoking cigarettes. Probably over there a couple times, honestly. And I was like, no, I really don't have anything. And they're like, well, you're going to have to give us something. And I'm like, I really don't have anything. And then they were threatening to suspend me, call my parents, get the fucking school cop down here to search me. And I was like, listen, guys, I really don't have anything. And they're like, well, why don't you just empty your pockets then? And I'm like, because I don't have anything. I used to always like to fuck with them, man. I'd go back and forth, just harass the shit out of them and waste as much time as they possibly could. So if they ever saw me doing something in the future, they might just be like, I'm going to look the other way. Realistically, that's really not what you should do, but sometimes it worked. So it got to a point of just going back and forth of, why don't you just empty your pockets? You have nothing on you, nothing to hide, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, you know what? Well, fuck this. I'm out of this, bitch. I don't have time for this. And I walked out. I straight up just walked out of the school and actually went to a friend's house that was nearby that I used to just, like, walk to every time I'd, like, leave school. And it was a good day from there, because they were actually skipping school that day, and I remember it was a fucking phenomenal day. But I ended up getting suspended for like 3 days after that. Not out of school. It wasn't a free vacation. It was in-school suspension, which was honestly not that bad, because the ISS teacher was a fucking cool cat. But looking back on it, man, the amount of times that I just did so much shit against the rules just to go and smoke cigarettes, dude. Don't smoke cigarettes. It's fucking not cool. It might make you look cool. It honestly does. Like, I think it honestly has, like, that aesthetic look to it. But, like, listen. Fucking kills you, bro. It's not worth it. I wish I never did because, you know, honestly, I wouldn't have gotten in half the trouble, like I said. My lung function probably would have been, like, 15% better than it is now. And the best part about all of it is I wouldn't be considered a fucking vape lord. I'm a vape lord now, guys. Fucking prayers. No, but seriously, I really don't like using the e-cig, and I would have never had to if I had never started smoking cigarettes, so be aware of the dangers of becoming a vape lord. And I want you guys to have a fantastic day. Don't, you know, be a fucking rebellious piece of shit, degenerate asshole to all your teachers, and, you know, repeat my actions that I was doing in this video, being a jabroni and all. It's like, you could do all of that, but it won't get you very far at all. I guarantee you that, so save the trouble and just go with the flow. And remember, for everybody who drops a like on the video, I might just ship you a crate of bananas. That's a fucking good deal, isn't it? I think so. Stay high, stay lifted. Peace. Follow me on Twitter at xCodeh.